let's talk about what happened in the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Well, first of all, because we were speaking of looks and we were just talking about Kenya, she did refer to Nene as a character out of White Chicks. She really kind of did. It was like, "Oh, what are you giving us here? Your face is very light. I don't know what's happening here." The very beginning of the reunion, you have the ladies, Nene and Kenya, going at each other. You saw throughout the season that they are not getting along. To be honest with you, they're more alike than they are different. So that's probably why. But one of the great things that Kenya did do during this reunion episode was, first of all, she did come with the shade. That's the one thing you got to give Kenya. She's witty as hell. So she was giving me all kinds of shade, comparing, saying, "Yeah, your sons do look like you," and really referring to that's not a good thing that they look like Nene. That was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But yeah, so Kenya did produce her marriage certificate because, a lot of people believe that Kenya brings these guys on this reality show and it's not real. And Nene said that, she didn't even use her own egg for baby Brooklyn. That was straight up disrespectful. But then she also said that it wasn't a real marriage. So what Kenya did for this episode was bring her marriage certificate with the actual seal from the city to confirm that she is married to Mark Daly and that they are currently working on the relationship. I have to say this. First of all, that damn Andy Cohen, shady as hell. I didn't like the fact that Andy said that Mark was acting like an asshole. I just felt like, even though he was, I just felt it was disrespectful to call someone's husband that on television. And I'm surprised that Kenya didn't check Andy when he said that. Because although that's how he was acting, and who knows, for whatever reason, a lot of times editing and whatever it may be, or whatever could be going on behind the scenes, I just felt it was kind of awkward to hear Andy just be so insulting to this man, not really knowing, the full story or whatever. Not that I'm defending Mark, because he was, between you and me and the wall. But so she talks about that relationship and how they are trying to work on their marriage and doing counseling via Zoom. I don't know about this whole situation with Kenya. I think for everyone that has watched this show and know Kenya's story, they want Kenya to do better. They want her to have the family that she's always wanted. They want her to have someone that loves her. But you can't force those types of things to happen. And this whole situation with Mark seems just very tumultuous. At the end of the day, the best and the blessing from this whole situation has to be that she has a child. That baby Brooklyn is adorable. But I just don't know if that relationship is going to work. And maybe it will. A pandemic can make things happen. Even though he's in New York and she's in Atlanta. I don't know. But yeah, so apparently there was. I didn't expect this particular scene to happen so early on in the reunion, where Nene, pretty much what she does throughout the season, just walks away from the cameras. She closed her computer when the heat was, between her and Kenya was getting riled up, and then her and Eva. Here I go again with this stuff here, but I'm to be honest with you. Just to wrap this season up, for me, I am over Nene Leakes. I am over the antics. I'm over the, she goes to these really dark places and says dark things, to the ladies. I'm just like, I'm over it. I feel, for a very long time, Nene, when she started becoming really successful and landing all these different types of opportunities outside the Housewives, she was getting, she was really feeling herself and drinking her own Kool-Aid. And then when those things started to disappear and she had to really rely on being on the show, she started to humble herself a little bit more. And seeing her back this season, I'm just like, especially when she cut everyone off last season, to come back and trying to, getting everyone's good graces. First of all, it didn't feel authentic. I don't feel like Nene has any authentic friends. Like, in the season where we saw this lunch that she was throwing, Candy was like, I've never seen these people in my entire life. Who are these people? And then her fake relationship with Wendy Williams. We all know the relationship with Nene and Wendy it's never been real. They've never been real friends. Of course, they had some sort of situation, when Wendy was married to that other man, Kelvin. But they were never friends. You know what I mean? So, and I honestly do believe it was strategic, because I feel like everything that Nene does is strategic. Even her friendships with all the other ladies. Because if Nene had remained, these are just my co-workers, I'm not talking to them, and she kept up the beef, she knows that she would not be on any of these episodes. And they would have to remove her from the show. She was already removed, 3, 4, 5 episodes from this season? So she knows the games because she's been there the longest. But I think Bravo needs to teach Nene a lesson and not bring her back next season. But with that being said, they do not need to bring back Eva. I like Eva outside of Housewives, but she really brought nothing this year. She hasn't brought anything. I'm so shocked that they even brought her on as a full-time housewife, maybe because of the drama with Kevin McCall. But even all that, it was boring. One thing I do love during the reunion, she does give Nene the business. Like, she doesn't just let Nene walk all over her. That's why I really liked Claudia Jordan. I don't know why they didn't bring Claudia Jordan back. She was really great for the show. Sheree's great for the show. Even Andy Cohen said that he misses having Sheree on the show. So why is she not on the show? She's another one that can give it to Nene. I just don't understand the decisions that they made. I understand not bringing Phaedra back because of what Phaedra did to Candy. That was beyond just being a fun show. That was... someone could get arrested for this. You can't just go around saying, somebody was going to try and rape you. But I do think at this point, maybe they could bring her back, maybe as a friend of, because, I love me some Phaedra. Phaedra was funny and shady and, all of that good stuff. However, they have to do a shakeup next year. We can't have Eva back. You can bring Tanya back, and she's just going to be a friend of. Marlo, I have to say, Marlo, with them trying to make Marlo a little bit more interesting with her nephews and things like that, Marlo didn't really do much this season. She really didn't add much to the season. But the beef between Portia and Eva, and I hope they're not going to try and use that to bring Eva back next year. It's not enough. But Portia is through with Eva. Like, she's like, if they were there together, I don't know what would have happened. There's no need for Eva. The thing that I don't love about Portia this season and in past seasons is like when she's rolling with someone, like she's like she jumps from friend to friend, because when she's with Phaedra, she's defending Phaedra, and now she's defending Nene, and like Nene is not defendable, to be honest with you. I don't know, but I feel like this season wasn't great. They have to do a shakeup next season if they really want to revive the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was their number one franchise. Now they're really paling in comparison to like a Potomac. Potomac is bringing it. In Potomac news, they're not coming back until the summer. They were supposed to be back, I think, this month or last month. So they have to revamp this Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was their number one franchise of the franchise. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to do an episode on some of the other franchises, especially the Real Housewives of New York, because I feel like New York brings it every year, and they're bringing it again this year. So I need Atlanta to pick it up. I need them to do better. I need them to get rid of some of these ladies. And that's the thing about Candy. There are a lot of boring people in some of these franchises, and you're like, oh, get rid of them. But Candy, although she's not fully, she's not bringing all the crazy drama, you do feel like you're getting real stuff from Candy, from her relationship issues this season to, the surrogate and how that affected her. And, like, you get real things from her. And, of course, I think Candy's coming out with another Bravo spin-off. So congrats to her. She's the only one that's been able to have all these different spin-offs from the reality show. Candy's winning. Hate her or you want. She's winning.